Stephen, how's the squad looking ahead of tomorrow?
Well, other than the injuries we picked up against Celtic, Mikael Mandron will be out. Well, it would have been 6 weeks. Obviously, it's probably about 4 weeks now with a medial knee ligament injury that he came off with. Evan Mooney's had really successful surgery on his ankle when he got it tidied up, but that'll be him for the rest of the season now, ready for next season, which was the decision we had to make for both parties, really, for the club going forward and obviously for Evan being at the front of that decision. Other than that, Alex Lakovides trained and trained really well, played a couple of bounce games and practice games. So bar them two, Conor McMenamin's making progress, will be on the pitch after the international break, but won't be available for this game.
What are you expecting from Mikael Vimmer's side? What have you seen from him so far in his time at Motherwell?
Yeah, listen, they've had 2 good results. So, you know, they're still the same players. They're playing a little bit more out from the back. They press, but nothing too major and too different from what we've seen before. So we'll be well prepared for it. It won't be any great surprises. I don't think there's any magic wand that managers wave. There'll be small tweaks that we're well aware of.
Just how crucial is this period when there is so few games to go before the split and you're playing teams in and around you? It's just really crucial, isn't it? Yeah,
it's 4 games now where we have to try and get as many points as we possibly can. We're still in a position to get top 6, which is always the aim when you go into the season. As St Mirren manager, if you can be in and around that mix to get into the top 6, then you hope that one of the bigger, so-called bigger clubs don't potentially have the season they should have. And at the minute, that may still happen. We're still in a position to take advantage, and we have to get points to take advantage of that.
In recent weeks, there's been really good performances and maybe not getting the rewards that you deserve out of games. Is it a case of just continue to do the good things and hopefully soon you'll get those rewards?
Yeah, it's performances sometimes get overlooked when you don't get the results, but we've performed very well over the last 5 games. It's been a really difficult run for us in terms of the opposition, but we've competed really well, played some really good football. But ultimately we haven't got the points that we wanted, and at this stage now I would sacrifice the performances and take the points. So it's all to play for. Before the split, there's 12 points to play for in these 4 games, and we try and get as many as we can and see where it takes us.
And is there a buzz and excitement around the place, that there are 4 games and there's plenty to play for?
Yeah, of course. There's no pressure. That's the thing. There's pressure in other clubs. The clubs that I've sort of alluded to that should be top 6 clubs. That's where the pressure lies. We have everything to gain. I said that before the Celtic game. The performance showed that they played without any kind of fear. And now we need to do the same against the teams in and around us, which is the reason that we maybe haven't cemented a top 6 place. We've had good results against the teams above us. We've beat Hibs, we've beat Aberdeen, we've beat Hearts early on in the season as well. We've beat Rangers. So we've had really, really good standout results, but these teams in and around us now will be the key to getting into the top 6.
Is there a different mentality this season when you're trying to break into the top 6 rather than versus last season when you had a place to hold? Does that change how you approach games at all?
Not really. We as I just said there, we haven't gained enough points of the teams below you. If you can take 6 points off the teams in and around you, usually, on average, you'll finish above them. We haven't done that. We've got an opportunity to do it over the next 4 games. If we had the fixtures before we got to this stage of the season, we would have went, okay, there's a real chance. The games at home are winnable. The games away are good fixtures. And they'll feel the same. The teams we're playing will feel exactly the same. So very much all to play for. We won't change our approach. We are on the front foot. We are aggressive with our press. We've been scoring goals, but we've also been conceding goals. So it's something that we've been working on as a team. And as I say, it's all to play for in these 4 games.
When there are so much pressure in these 4 games on the players, how do you make sure they turn that into a positive and don't succumb to that pressure?
I don't think there is pressure on the players. I believe there's, as I say, and people always say, oh, you're negative with that kind of comment. Our goal every season should to stay in the Premiership. That should be our top goal, and success is staying in the Premiership. Nothing's changed because we've got 2 top 6s in a row. People have to remember it was 40 years before that happened. We've done it twice in a row. Doing that more often than the 40-year period is the long-term aim of the football club, of course. So we're under no pressure. The teams that put the millions into the club and have big individual backers are under the biggest pressure. We can go and enjoy the game, enjoy playing the way we do, and we'll play with everything and give absolutely everything to make sure we are a top 6 side 3 years in a row. But we can play without fear. We are not the ones under pressure.
And there's a lot of speculation with Toyosi Olasanya this week and last week. How has he dealt with that noise? Do you have any concern about that affecting his football at all?
None at all. Absolutely delighted for Toya. He's getting that kind of recognition, and deservedly so. He's been a big player. Transformation in Toy since he came to the club has been massive, and that's credit to him and the coaching staff here. So he will be fully focused. He's playing for opportunities, obviously elsewhere as well. So I've no doubt the boys out of contract will give me absolutely everything, and we will get the best out of them. They're playing for the future, so no doubt we'll get everything we need from them.
And on Toyosi, you won't want to lose him, but if you do, just how far do you think he can go?
Everybody you speak to now, when Toy's name's on the team sheet, people are worried about him. With that electric pace, the game has got quicker. You need to be very, very athletic now, or you need to have a 9 out of 10 attribute on the ball. You need to be technically brilliant, but you need to be able to run now. The game is very athletic, as I said, and Toy is, his times are Olympic sprint times is incredible, but he's added a finesse to his game, he's added hold-up play to his game, and he's just a great kid to work with, very, very grounded, and it's brilliant to see his progress. So I have no doubt if he continues to do what he's doing, then he can keep going higher in the game.
Has he exceeded your expectations? Because I remember when he first came in and he went out on loan to Arbroath, and he maybe wasn't the player that people thought he might be at that point, but did you ever thought he'd get to this point where he would have that type of interest, and he would be able to impact teams and put fear into teams like he does?
Yeah, I did. Nobody else did, but like other signings we've had, Caelan Boyd-Muntz took a long time to get into the team. Richard Taylor took a long time to get into the team. We can't sign a finished order. We can't sign somebody that's going to hit the ground running. We sign attributes, and when you sign that raw pace and athleticism, it's about refining the small details of his hold-up play, his runs, his timing, and it's the same other players. Owen has seen, he'd probably been the same example at the minute. It's about refining what Owen's got. It's about using his really good attributes and making them better. But that isn't a magic wand. It takes time. It also takes the player to work hard and believe in that. And Toy is a perfect example of that. Of anybody that we're signing and looking to develop, he is the perfect example, and he deserves all the credit. He's the one that's put the work in and taken all the information on board. Cheers, thank you. Cheers, thank you. See you next week.
Cheers.